Hi, I'm Barbara Gregorich, and I want to talk about why there's a parrot character in my new novel, Exit Velocity. When I started to write this book, my intention was to write about working class characters who need jobs and who are aware that the interests of the working class and the interests of the ruling class are opposed to one another. I considered that I was writing a work of political fiction. Although I knew I could write a story with empathetic characters and a quick moving plot, I was concerned about one thing, having characters talk about capitalism. My fear was that the characters might sound preachy or that the reader would feel that the information slowed down the action. And so like many other characters, like many other authors who have faced similar decisions, decided I needed a naive character to describe what he or she was seeing. That way, it wouldn't sound preachy. The most obvious naive character choice would be a child, but I didn't want that because I feel that choice has been overdone. And so I decided on an extraterrestrial, a being from another planet. Such a character could comment on just about anything on Earth without sounding preachy, because this would be the first time the character had encountered the situation. Very quickly, I decided that the ET would be a parrot. There were several reasons for this choice, and I'm not certain that I'm conscious of all the reasons, but I can name at least two of them. First, when I was around 10 years old, I was a big fan of classic comics, particularly of the Robert Louis Stevenson novel Treasure Island. And I remember the parrot very well. The parrot was named Captain Flint, and it rode around on Long John Silver's shoulder and loved shouting, "Pieces of eight, pieces of eight." That parrot was somewhere in my consciousness of things that I liked. And at the same time that I was considering on who or what the ET character would be, I happened to read about a scientific discovery in New Zealand. That's where scientists discovered a giant fossil parrot whose species lived maybe 16 million years ago. The parrot was about 3 feet tall, which means it would come up to the waist of an average woman. Scientists, and that size dwarfs any parrot species living today. So right there, I had a very large parrot in my consciousness. Scientists named the species Heracles inexpectatus, and I really liked the name inexpectatus because who would expect such a large parrot? So thoughts of Heracles inexpectatus were running around in my brain at the same time as were thoughts of Captain Flint. And that's why my character became a large parrot from another planet. Deeply, the parrot is one of the three main characters in Exit Velocity. He gets his own point of view chapters, and these chapters enable him to comment on capitalism and the class struggle. And I must say that readers really love Deeply and his chapters, and sometimes find them poignant, sometimes humorous, but always endearing. With Deeply's entrance, my novel ceased being strictly political fiction and became a fusion of political fiction and science fiction, a novel which I hope you enjoy reading.